This is the Himalaya, which literally means abode of snow. It's the last frontier, the king of all mountains. Here, species have thrived and gone extinct, civilizations came and then destroyed. But the mountains, they have seen it all.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning.
My name is Rohan, and the mountains, my home. I believe that before one takes a step outside into the paths unknown, one must truly understand where he belongs.
I feel like it's open.
This is my winter, a winter where I explore and film my own backyard through travel, adventure, music, practically anything that can slow time down for me. You can call this my quest for redemption, my path to inspiration, a test of spirituality, a way to become a young fool again. Because this is my way back home.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning. I think it's snowing now. No more cellular phones.
काफी जोरदार प्रहार दोनों टीमों के लिए दिलचस्प मुकाबला गेंद को आगे बढ़ाते हुए
Today is actually a big polo match, and polo is huge in Ladakh. I've never seen polo before in my life. You know, I've heard about it. I don't know what the rules are, but it seems interesting. There are horses, there are men riding horses, there's a ball, there's a stick, and whacking it on. I absolutely love it. This is new for me.
ये पोलो सर एक तो इंटरनेशनल खेला जाता है, दूसरा ट्रेडिशनल खेला जाता है। तो सर ये ट्रेडिशनल गेम है। ट्रेडिशनल गेम में 8 प्लेयर होते हैं सर, 2 रिजर्व में होते हैं और 6 प्लेयर खेलते हैं। इसमें सर जब भी गोल हो जाता है तो सेंट्रल लाइन पे लाके हिट करते हैं, जिसको ट्रेडिशनल गेम में डफोक कहा जाता है। सर देखो गेम है सर, तो हम गेम को अच्छे तरीके से यहाँ पे खेलेंगे सर। अगर गेम के बीच में कहीं पैसे की बात आ गई तो हम पैसे को नहीं देखेंगे सर, गेम को देखेंगे। हमारी नज़र हमेशा बॉल पे रहती है और स्टिक पे।
गेम बहुत अच्छा रहा सर, आप लोगों ने देखा है। दर्शकों को काफ़ी मज़ा आया। एक्चुअली गेम वो गेम होता है जो दर्शकों को मज़ा आए। तो आपने देखा है काफ़ी रिस्की गेम माना जाता है यहाँ की जो है क्रॉसिंग गेम है।
कितना रिस्की क्यों माना जाता है?
क्योंकि इसमें कोई फॉल नहीं है, सिर्फ फुटबॉल की तरह खेला जाता है, जिसको भी बॉल मिले डेंजर क्रॉसिंग होने पर फॉल दिया जाता है। अदरवाइज कोई प्लेयर गिर गया या घोड़े से गिर गया या इसका स्टिक टूट गया, इसमें कोई फॉल नहीं है, कोई रेस नहीं होता है सर, बिजी गेम। क्योंकि हमारा टीम पिछले तकरीबन 10 साल से जो है चैम्पियनशिप पर कब्जा रखे हैं सर, इसके हिसाब से इन टीमों ने अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया।
आज गेम कुछ खास नहीं रहा सर, इसलिए कि यहाँ जो हम द्रास से हमारे प्लेयर्स यहाँ आए हैं, इसलिए मतलब हमारा होम ग्राउंड नहीं है, तो यहाँ पहले प्रैक्टिस वगैरह नहीं हुई थी, इसलिए थोड़ा सा गेम ढीला हो गया।
लेकिन आप लगता है कि अगर आप द्रास में ये मैच द्रास में खेला जाता तो आप जीत जाते?
तो मुझे यकीन है कि मैं 100% जीत जाता है ये मैच।
अच्छा, इतना फ़र्क पड़ता है?
बिल्कुल फ़र्क पड़ता है, क्योंकि यहाँ हमारे यहाँ वहाँ और यहाँ ऑक्सीजन का गुणों को लिए काफ़ी फ़र्क पड़ता है, तो इसलिए होम ग्राउंड और यहाँ में आसमान ज़मीन का फ़र्क रहता है, इसलिए थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हो जाते हैं।
Well, this was definitely an exciting day for me. Watching a polo match in all its rawness is something you don't get to see every day. My timing couldn't have been better, as on this very ground, a couple of days later, was a celebration that not only takes place here, but all over the world.
Okay, so today I'm here at the polo ground again in Leh. And today happens to be a very auspicious day. Today is actually the 2557th Buddha Jayanti, which means Buddha's birth. That's what they celebrate all around India. But in Leh, it happens with a lot of people coming to the polo ground, a lot of processions taking place, a lot of cultural shows. So it's going to be an interesting day because people have come out from all around Ladakh. People have come in their traditional dresses, and it's a carnival kind of a scene going on. So I think it's going to be a fun day. I'm looking forward to it.
The day starts off with a huge procession full of performers, musicians, dancers, and even monks who walk down a path all the way from the monastery on top of the hill to the polo ground. Being a musician myself, I was trying to understand the time signatures of the drums being beaten. It is practically impossible to find a pattern to these beats, which are so random in nature, but surprisingly, everyone is in sync. It's on occasions like these that one gets to witness the diversity within Ladakh itself. I mean, if you combine the neighboring district of Zanskar with Ladakh, the dynamics of the people, tradition, culture, art, landscape is huge. Dr. Northern, who I met back in Nubra Valley, told me that Leh stands for Life Ends Here. And life ends here specifically for 3 reasons. Firstly, because this place is at an altitude beyond which there are hardly any human civilizations that occur. Secondly, Ladakh is known as the land of llamas, and llamas do not get married and as a result do not have future generations. So in a way, life ends here. And lastly, the people who come to visit Ladakh after having seen it don't really want to go back home and in some way want to end their life here within these valleys. I think I'll agree with all 3 reasons. Life really does come to a standstill here.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning.
टूरिज्म पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू तो अच्छा ही है, मतलब चेंजेस तो रोक भी नहीं सकते, चेंजेस तो आना है तो काफ़ी सारे चीज़ चेंज हो रहा है आज की डेट पे, ट्रेडिशनली, कल्चरली, हर एक एंगल से.
Now you can drive all around Ladakh, you can ride all along Ladakh, but no trip to Ladakh is complete without a hike. That's why I decided to do a short hike, which is about 3 to 4 hours to this village called Rumbak. And this is basically the starting point. There are just 2 houses over here. This place is called Zingchen. You can drive uphill here from Leh, it's just an hour's drive. And from here, about a 3-hour hike right up to the village of Rumbak. It's nice, it's tranquil, and you walk, and you keep walking. This is a perfect habitat for snow leopards. And if you keep your eyes out, you might be lucky. I have my eyes wide open, but I haven't seen anything yet. And the weather, even though it's hot, I'm sweating inside, you know, but the moment I take off my jacket, I start feeling cold. And the moment I wear it, I start feeling hot. I have finally made it to Rumbak village after an exhausting 3-4 hour walk. 4 hours, I guess, 4.5 hours. We are actually staying in a homestay, and it's really nice to see how organized
these homestays in these rural villages in Ladakh, there's actually a training service that you have to go through to actually run a homestay, and this is the cutest baby I've ever seen. Show me the snow leopard dance. Huh? Ti-ding, ti-ding. I like to move it, shake it, shake it. Ti-ding, ti-ding. I like to shake it, shake it. I like to throw my leopard around.
रोड तो अच्छा है ना,
क्यों?
बनाता नहीं है हम लोग को, वर्ल्ड लैब की वजह से बना नहीं दिया है ना। रोड ऐसे सुनो नहीं पाया था ना, वो बस भाग जाएगा बोलते हैं ना, बनाने नहीं दिया है जी, आधा बना के छोड़ दिया।
तो
रोड होने से तो अच्छा है, नहीं तो आप मुझको सामान सब घटे के ऊपर लाना पड़ता है जी, पैदल लाना पड़ता है। जो बीमार वाला को बस ऐसे बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है वहाँ तक जाने के लिए।
Tonight is a special dish called chutagi, and it's just basically things made out of flour, and she has a very nice technique of making it. It looks really interesting, and there's some gobi, there's some aloo, there's some chana, and it's just all mixed into this thick paste. It's got a nice yellow color to it. This is the first time I'm having something like this. I mean, I know food throughout the Himalayas, especially in regions like Ladakh and Spiti and Lahore, you know, pretty much is the same, but not this. Ladakhi people take a lot of pride in showing off their utensils, and you'll find this, you know, in all traditional houses, even modern houses these days. If you go to Leh, you know, check out the houses of people who are, you know, slightly more well off. Even they have a similar kind of setup. And if you look at the tandoors over here, they are so glamorous. Seriously, like in Spiti, in Himachal, we have tandoor system, you know, but we don't have it like this. We don't have artists like that in Lahore, Spiti, or in Himachal. My trip to Rumbak was a complete one. The hike to this place was beautiful, the people I stayed with were extremely warm, and I even tried a traditional Ladakhi delicacy. The big question here is, did I see a snow leopard? Well, sometimes you just gotta do with what you get.
Hi, my name is Sohail. I'm from Ladakh, and we have this small bouldering gym in the Leh city, and we also have a restaurant there. And we take people out on climbing tours, day tours mostly. And right now we've got a few clients here, and they seem to be loving it. For me personally, I think we put ourselves into such a situation where you have to shut off your brain and let your body do all the work. So you flow naturally, you come into this meditative state. Because you're up there, you're pretty scared, right? Your entire body is telling you that you shouldn't be doing all of this, but you are overcoming all of that, all those fears by doing this and challenging yourself. And then overcoming it is a very sweet feeling. This area has good quality granite. The rest of the areas, there's a lot of loose stuff on the outside, so it's not really great for climbing. This one's called push, pull, pray, because essentially that's all you're doing. I mean, you can learn anything, right? You just have to get on it. So we get a lot of people right here and we teach them right here. It's all natural body movements. Apart from all the physical strength, it's more about movement, how you move with the rock, you know. So A lot of people learn right here, and then they start.
Lights out, it's a cold Sunday morning.
I have finally made it to Somoriri, and there are no words for it. No words. It's almost 6:37 and the sun is just setting. Pretty much 90% of the lake is still frozen, and even though some of the nomads are still here, a lot of them are still in the winter place, and which is almost about 150 kilometers from here, and I don't think I have the diesel or the fuel to reach over there. But I've heard there's a settlement right close by over here, about 25 kilometers north. So tomorrow I'm gonna go check them out. But look at this place. Look at this place. For a moment while I was driving, when I got the first glimpse of this lake, I almost felt like I was in Iceland or something, because it looks exactly the same. You have to come here. This is another world over here. I woke up this morning in the village of Korzok, which is a quaint little village right on the banks of the Somoriri Lake, the massive Somoriri Lake. And if you look at the color of the water, it's so dark, dark blue, and on the outside edges it's just so green. Korzok is actually a nomadic village, and a lot of nomads who have stopped moving around now, and they've kind of settled down in the village of Korzok. This is the inside of the tent, and completely made out of wool, and they have a nice opening on top from where the smoke can pass through, and nice sunlight here in the day. But the basic construction of this tent is, you just have a lot of these rocks, about 2 feet high, and on top of that there's this wooden tent. It's pretty cozy inside. I'd like to live in a tent like this.
I'm making my way to another lake, which is just about an hour's drive from Korzok. Driving through these vast inhabited plains of Changthang fills you up with a certain sense of freedom. Knowing for a fact that there is not a soul around for miles brings about a certain sense of alertness within you. All of a sudden, you can see brighter, you can hear louder, you can smell better. In simple words, you're high on nature.
This is my, so to say, my final destination, because this is the end. I'm not going to go any more further. But what a place to end. I'm in the wetlands of Changthang, right by the Lake Tsokar. And tonight, I'm going to camp out here right in the middle of the wetlands with not a soul around, with no civilization around. It's just going to be my tent, my campfire, which I've been working on. Got some music. It's just going to be me tonight and nature.
sit right next to the fire, but my head is in the cold. I like to ride my bike and see my tire rolling on its own. This road has taken me so far. I understand all the turns. There's people dying, people living, and all that sand turns to gold. Oh, 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 don't understand all the changes. It's like the weather never holds. There's nothing you can do about it. Sit back, relax, and watch the show. Well, someday you'll feel that you did fine. Well, someday you'll never mind that you were blind. Oh, no. Oh, please. You have to make believe that someday you'll be satisfied. Now that I fulfill most of my desires,